Right, hello, it is your boy Maka, aka Noah, and today we are back with another video. Now I am going to go through every single Premier League club and say the player that I think should be sold just before the window closes. So I'll have some players which are counted as deadwood, I'll have some surprises, and hopefully you guys will like this video. Anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. First up, we have Hector Bellerin for Arsenal. Now obviously, if you don't know who he is a Spanish right back who signed for them at the young age of 15, but now we just know there's no space for any more right backs, and just the more and more I think of Bellerin at Arsenal, the more and more I know that he will get shifted out of the squad. I genuinely think at the greatest moments he is their best right back, and I feel like maybe if he moved, he could definitely sort of get that, you know, great form like he used to did in around about 2017, 2016, and he could become a great player again. For Aston Villa, we have Wesley. Now obviously, he's the Brazilian striker who was an absolute waste of money, an absolute £20 million flop when he signed for Aston Villa in 2019, and to be honest, he got a massive injury and now there's no more space for him. They've already got Leon Bailey, they've already got Danny Ings, they've already got Watkins, and he just needs to move away. He's just the definition of deadwood. Now into Brentford, and it's no one, you know, everyone plays a part for Brentford, and I've always loved their owners. You know, they're great at spending, they're great at who they decide to buy, and to be honest, everyone plays a part. Now into Brighton, and it is the Romanian striker Andone. I mean, 6 goals since 2018 just tells you everything. He's supposed to be a striker who's supposed to get him goals, and I don't blame him for not getting that much, but 6 in the amount of games he's got is really not good enough. I'm counting him as deadwood, and I think they would get the most cash out of selling a player like him. Now on Burnley, and we all know who it is Dale Stephens. Now he is an English centre mid who actually they signed on a free about a season ago from Brighton, and he's never fit in. We all knew from the start he is too light a player to fit into the hard sort of bringing balls up the pitch Burnley. He hasn't fit into the squad and he hasn't played a minute this season, so it shows that Sean Dyche doesn't really need him. Now onto Chelsea, and you're all expecting this. It is Drinkwater. Now the English centre mid, let's just say last season for the second half, he went on loan to somewhere called Kasimpasa. Where's that, mate? Where's that? I have no clue where that is, and it just shows how bad he is. You know, the only team that is willing to take him is Kasimpasa, and ever since they signed him for big money from Leicester, has not got a game, and he never will. They're a Champions League winning squad, and there is no way this guy is getting into Tuchel's plans. Now to Crystal Palace, and it is Ayew. Now he is a striker, and I understand if you disagree with this, because I wanted to sort of spice it up a little bit. But I just think 13 goals in 100 Crystal Palace appearances is really not good enough. Like, Benteke's done better, and he gets so much hay. And to be honest, they already have good strikers. You know, Mateta's on loan, Zaha, and I just think he is the definition of championship material. Hello everyone, it is Maka Football, and this is your halftime reminder to please, if you are liking this video so far, please just go ahead and check out my channel. Just click on my channel, look at some of the vids I've recently made, and if you're liking the look of them, go ahead and subscribe so you can, you know, watch one if I upload a new video. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the vid. Now on to Leeds, and it's Helda Costa. Now you guys all know that I am right on this one. You know, he is a right wing from Portugal, and I feel bad for the guy. You know, he used to be one of their most important players, and he used to be one of their best. But, you know, ever since they got promoted from the Championship, you know, you've seen players like Harrison and Rafinha shine, and you can just see that he is not good enough for the Premier League. I believe he's a great player, and that's why I think maybe if he gets a move to Portugal, he could really benefit from that. Now to Leicester, and it is Benkovic. Now this is a centre-back who plays for Leicester, and I just think that he just has had his time at Leicester City, full stop. You know, Fonfana's got injured, so maybe he might get a game or two, but so far he's not got an appearance, and I remember seeing him last on the pitch in like 2017. I remember seeing him in the lineups back in 2017. Now he is just not in Brendan Rodgers' plans. You know, there's Soyuncu, Johnny Evans, you know, Fonfana when he comes back, and now Vestergaard. there is no space for him. So, now on to Everton, and it is Moise Kean. Now, I love Moise Kean. You know, watching him for PSG and watching him for Juventus, he looks so good. You know, he's scoring consistently, and people forget how young he is. You know, he's very, very young. But I have one problem, and the fact is that Everton is never going to play him. No matter what, Everton will not play him because his attitude is really, really bad. And if Everton, if you're not going to play him, you might as well go ahead and sell him. I'm saying it now, you could get an easy 25 million. Now on to Liverpool, and I was actually going to say Shaqiri, and I was right with that because he's actually now moved to Lyon the day I wrote this script, and I just think he was never going to get a lot of game time under Klopp, seeing as they have so many wingers. Now Harvey Elliott is here, but I'm actually going to say another winger now because Shaqiri's already left, and it's Takumi Minamino. As I said, there's so many wingers. You know, I can just name some off the top of my head. You know, Harvey Elliott, Diego Jota, Mohamed Salah, you know, Sadio Mane, and he is last on the pecking order, so he will not get a game. And we've already seen, since he got signed, he's already been loaned out to Southampton. I just think he's a great player, and maybe a move could benefit him for his own career. Now on to Manchester City, and of course, it's only one man, the GOAT, Benjamin Mendy. Now this man is a French left back, and I'm being serious, I do not think he's ever heard of defending, but all jokes aside, I just think he is way too far down the pecking order already. You know, you have players like Zinchenko and Cancelo already ahead of him, and then there's youth players who could probably get one over him. Also, before I saw his move to Manchester City, I really loved the way he played for Monaco and Ligue 1, and I think now that I'm seeing him for Manchester City, I know it's because he adapted to the Ligue 1 very well. But the Premier League, it's way too fast paced for him. There's way too many good attackers. I'm saying a move to Ligue 1 again, and he can still be a great left back. Now to Manchester United, and I hate to say this one, but it's Jesse Lingard. Now he's an English attacking midfielder, and honestly a great player, probably one of the best attacking midfielders on his day in the whole entire Premier League. But why would I say him, Noah? Well, United already have someone world class in his position, obviously Bruno Fernandes, and I genuinely think if he leaves, you know, we've already seen when he got loaned out to West Ham, he can shine. You know, he definitely will be able to shine if he leaves, and United will get good money for him, around 25 mil. Now to Newcastle, and it's Sean Longstaff. Now he's an English centre mid, and he played for one season in like the starting 11, but it's as if he's dead now. Like, he's hardly played, and I'm just like, what? I see him sitting on the bench for the time, and I'm like, what was Steve Bruce thinking in this first season? Because I really don't understand. You know, he's playing Sean Longstaff every single game, but now he can't even get into the subs. But I definitely think they could maybe scrap about 10 mil for him, and it would be good money for Newcastle. Now to Norwich, and genuinely, I'm saying no one. You know, they do have really bad players who I do think they should sell. But for now, they should really focus on buying players. You know, I know they've signed players like Sargent and Rashica, but I think they still need to recruit if they want to stay up in the Premier League. Now on to Southampton, and it's Nathan Redmond. And this guy was one of my favourite English right wingers only a couple of years ago, because he was starting for Southampton every game. And don't get me wrong, he still gets games, but compared to what he used to get, it's nothing. And I feel like it is sort of his fault, because he is just not that good of a player anymore. And Southampton have better right wingers than him. You know, Livramento, Borja, Walcott, Stuart Armstrong are all ahead of him in the pecking order for right winger. And I really think maybe a championship move could benefit him. Now on to Spurs, and this is one that I don't think will ever happen, but I'd like to see this happen, and it is Winks. Now he's an English centre mid, and I just think he's one of their worst, if not the worst players, just at talent wise, or even just playing ability at Spurs. When I see him play, he's just not good anymore, and that's the sad truth. You know, he's just not. He is the closest to dead wood than any of the players in the squad, in my opinion. Now on to Watford, and it is Andre Gray. Now he's an English striker, and to be honest, he is championship material. A lot of championship teams lately have been interested in him. The likes of West Bromwich Albion, you know, Stoke City, Swansea City. And I just think maybe if he moves there, it could potentially be better for his personal career. And there's just way too many strikers in the Watford squad. I think I've counted about 9. This is off the top of my head. Now on to West Ham, and it is Winston Reed. Now he's an Aussie centre-back, and I don't want to do it because obviously he is an Aussie, but he used to be their best defender. But that was back in, what, 2017? And now he's at the bottom of the pecking order, and he might as well get their wages off the book. You know, he's had so many loan moves, so West Ham just might as well sell him. Now on to Wolves, and this is sort of a really empty ending of the video, but it's no one because, you know, there is dead wood, but all of them are either youngsters or players already on loan who can't be sold.